Hello, my friends, and welcome to the basement sublet of horror. I, your host, Gunther Dedmund, am returning with you for another week of awful films. Tonight is no exception. You thought the previous weeks were bad? Well, we're topping them all tonight. The Giant Gila Monster. Ooh, a big pile of poop this one is. Anyway, it was directed in 1959 by Ray Kellogg, and once again it's compressed down to a short hour. So if you're getting too tired and you can't stay up any later, oh, well, you can stay up another hour. So do stay up another hour for the Giant Gila Monster on the basement sublet of horror.
There are still vast and virtually unexplored regions, bleak and desolate, where no human ever goes and no life is ever seen. It is in these lonely areas of impenetrable forest and dark shadows that the Gila Monster still lives. How large the dreaded Gila Monster grows, no man can say.
It's a pleasant afternoon in June. Mel and his best girl, Thera, are enjoying a ride. Well, he's enjoying it. She's not too happy about the way he drives. He's got a good car, and he likes to show what it can do.
Jenny? Where's Pat and Liz? I thought we'd be the last ones here.
Yeah, they're probably out spooking around somewhere. Maybe they broke down.
Not in his heap. I worked on it myself.
That wouldn't make any difference if he goofed the speed shift or something.
Yeah, that squirrel is just the one that could do it.
Hey,
He's got it.
Oh, wonderful.
Here's old man Harris.
Man, that fella has a jewel of a car.
Hey!
Oh, hi, Mr. Harris.
Hi, how you doing? Yeah, hello, fisherman.
You want to sell that deuce?
Back when he was younger, he got all in a swivet over her. Well, over part of her, anyway.
Son, it's just like getting married or going to New York City. Everybody ought to do it once, but nobody ought to do it twice.
On a motor scooter. Now that.
Hey, Spook. When Pat and Liz get here, will you tell them that we went to the drive-in and formed a catch-up? Thank you.
We sure will.
And I'll give you $150.
You're talking like my butcher slave. Who do you think he's playing with, kids?
Hey, you're supposed to slow down for a school crossing. Mel doesn't slow down for anything. See that jalopy up ahead? Watch him pass it. These boys have their opinion of such big shots.
Sheriff, what's the trouble, Mr. Wheeler? Pat didn't come home last night.
He didn't?
No, evidently was out with Liz Humphreys. She didn't come home either.
Oh?
I want you to find out why. And don't leave a stone unturned in doing so. Do I make myself clear?
I understand, Mr. Wheeler.
Now, you locate him or I'll have your job.
If you want to be the only peace officer in 10,000 square miles and 1,000 miles of road, you're welcome to it. I'll do everything I can to locate both of them, Mr. Wheeler.
Hi, Sheriff.
Hi, sir.
Same with Ed Caldwell. He didn't like anyone calling him a grease monkey. And he certainly didn't know how to handle his feelings. No question about the tie-up between Eddie's feelings and that broken hand.
Did Pat have any money stashed?
Yeah, some.
Like how much?
Well, he was talking about getting a new blower and a mill. That's about $500.
Where did he get that kind of money?
He saved it. His old man gives him a good allowance when he's not mad at him.
What bank does he use?
None. He's afraid his dad would find out.
If you get any postcards from those two, let me know.
Uh-oh. Perhaps Mel's not such a big shot after all. Here we go again. Paying a fine won't be any hardship for Mel. A ticket doesn't mean a thing to a phony like that.
Howdy, Eb.
Hello, Sheriff.
I don't have any word for you, Miss Humphries.
She's a good girl, Sheriff. I ain't worried.
How come you drove around the truck all night then?
You don't think she might have eloped, do you?
Could be. She's pretty close-mouthed about her affairs.
More the likes of Wheeler. Ain't marrying our kind of folks.
You don't have a phone, so I just dropped around to let you know I'm doing everything I can.
We know that, Sheriff, and we sure do appreciate it.
Sorry Elizabeth put you to so much trouble.
It's never any trouble looking after kids.
Let me know if I can help, Sheriff.
Thanks, Eb.
Thank you, Sheriff.
Goodbye.
We ever got to quit worrying this way. We've got to trust in the Lord. We've got to pray.
Get out! Oh, God! Get out! Get out of here with that gun! You know I wasn't. Get out of here with that dart gun! You know I don't allow those things in this house. Get out of here!
Hi, Chase.
Hi.
Did you get that diesel tractor fixed?
Yeah, she's all set.
Good. Well, boy, that's one trip I'm glad I don't have to make very often.
The stuff heavy? I'll help you unload.
No, not heavy. It's hot. Wheeler's sinking another oil well and he's afraid of fire when he comes in. There's 4 quarts of nitroglycerin out there in that cap. He wants us to keep it out back in the storehouse.
You know, last winter when number 21 came in, I made $100 with that stuff. Dad showed me how to use it. It's not so bad, as long as it doesn't get nervous.
Well, I'm sorry I was so late getting back. But with that cargo, I was afraid to do over 5 miles an hour.
Oh, it's not so dangerous as long as it's in a nitro case.
But I took these out of the case.
Holy smoke. You're lucky to be standing here talking about it. I'll put it in the shed.
Mel's determined to overtake the jalopy and cut the driver down to size. The man wants to know if Mel's going to compete or watch. Mel's going to do whatever that jalopy does, only better. Many boys like Mel were a public problem.
I'll get it.
That's not our ring.
No, it's the sheriff's. If there's been a wreck, I get a tow job out of it. I also have a deal with the ambulance if someone's hurt.
You work all the angles, don't you, Chase?
Mr. Compton, I have to.
Hello, Sheriff? Yes?
There's been a wreck 12 miles out of town. Where's the wrecker?
Home. I used the A-frame to build a doggone rock garden. Look, you take your car and keep the city wreckers off. I'll get our wrecker and follow you.
I wondered who was on that party line a while ago.
Well, it cost me to get on that line with you. I figured since it was on your call station anyway, you wouldn't care.
Yeah. That's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
This engine's still warm.
Say, did you see the skid marks out here? They go at a direct right angle to the direction of travel.
Yeah. No digs in the macadam either. Somebody was hurt in here. There's blood all over the upholstery. Let's take a look around.
I've already looked around. There's nobody here.
Real good?
Yeah, real good. Well, maybe somebody came by and picked them up. It could have been the people that called in.
No. They'd have said something.
Then why didn't they wait?
People will go to the trouble to report an accident, but they won't stay around. Don't want to fill out the reports.
So, what do you do now?
Well, I'll take the license number and engine number, call headquarters. Maybe they've got a line on them.
There they go. Sideline experts. Mel can't believe it, but it's happening. He's left behind. Far, far behind. He's humiliated and angry.
In a dream world, you can't pay attention to reality. And that gives accidents a chance to happen.
Well, I got the whole story. The car was stolen out of state, and the plates were stolen in state. So whoever stole it beat it, hurt or not, as long as they could navigate.
Well, is there anything else I can do here, Sheriff? If not, I'll get this on back to the garage.
No, go ahead. Chase, will you give me a hand? I want to take some pictures of those skid marks. You stand by them for a scale.
Sure, glad to, Sheriff.
Good.
Nitroglycerin loose in a truck like that? Don't they know the danger they're in? Haven't they ever seen Wages of Fear? Oh, probably not. Well, anyway, doesn't matter anyway. Let them blow themselves up. Let's go to a break. And now, back to the basement sublet of horror. A mysterious suitcase beside the road, left by a salesman who was eaten up in the previous segment. Well, we know that, but let those fools in the movie trail on looking for the obvious. Back to the movie.
Trouble, Chase?
I don't know, Sheriff. Take a look. We're just sitting here.
Probably fell off the car.
No scratches on it.
Well, maybe it landed in a bush.
Now, as thin as that imitation leather is, even a bush should take some of it off.
Was it just like that when you found it?
Yeah, straight up.
Probably belonged to some hitchhiker. Or it might have belonged to the fellow that stole that car and wrecked it. Say, look at this. Half a pack of cigarettes, one unlit. That suitcase don't belong to any car thief. He was around here too long. I'll take it in.
I'll put it in the car for you.
Somebody will be around to claim it. See you later, son.
Right, Sheriff.
His defeat by the jalopy was a challenge he has accepted. He'll have some tall explaining to do about this heap of junk he's bringing home.
Superb. 7 to a box, no corners. I'm a round house.
Sorry I asked, Mr.
Smith. Horatio Alger Smith.
Sorry I asked that, too. How'd you get in the ditch? You fall asleep?
Oh, no. There was this big pink and black thing drove right in front of me. It had stripes this wide.
Sure. Look, you come up and sit in my truck, and I'll get your car out.
Okay, that sounds like a good deal.
My baby, she rocks and rolls and rocks whenever she walks. My baby, she rocks and rolls and rocks whenever she talks. My baby, she swings. Good afternoon, Mr. Smith.
Like, man, guys have had their heads chopped off for less than that.
For what?
For feeling so doggone good when I feel so bad. How'd I get here, anyway?
I told you in this morning, remember?
As a matter of fact, I remember very, very little.
You said somebody ran you into the ditch, but I didn't see any other cars.
How'd you ever get me in that bed, anyway?
I carried you in there, and I sat on you till you fell asleep.
That must have been quite a chore.
You wouldn't have gotten very far in your condition.
Well, look, I really appreciate it.
Chase Winstead.
Chase. And by golly, how much I owe you?
Well, I bent the fender out from the wheel. Want me to fill it in and touch it up for you?
No, I don't think so. I'll get that done when I get back to the city.
Here, have some coffee.
Oh, great.
How about $2?
Man, this coffee's worth $2 all by itself. How about the tow?
No, I was coming this way anyway. I missed out on a little studying time. Make it $3.
Dad, you go to school?
Sort of. I take a correspondence course in engineering.
Well, look, I really feel indebted to you, and I'd like to do something to pay you back. Now, next time you're into town, there's my card. Look me up, will you?
All right, will do.
Okay. Oh, and by the way, buy yourself a sponge rubber hammer, man.
All right, I will.
I'll see you, Chase.
Thank you. Steamroller Smith, the disc jockey. Mr. Smith! $2.20s. How about that?
Sheriff,
Howdy, son. Have you heard anything from Pat and Liz?
No, nothing.
Chase, I'm in a jam, and I need your help. Wheeler swings a big enough stick in this country to make it rough, and he's doing it. Oh, I can understand his concern about Pat, but I just don't have a big enough force to comb this area inch by inch.
Is he demanding that?
Those boiling feelings, they take people's minds off dangerous situations. And when that happens, it's just a matter of time until disaster strikes.
Well, look, Sheriff, maybe I can get tomorrow off and I'll get the gang and we can go out and search that pass. At least you can put that in your report.
I was hoping you'd say that. I can start at the upper end and work toward you. Can I have your help in another matter?
Sure, what?
You remember how those skid marks just went at right angles to the direction the car was traveling?
That's right, they did.
Headquarters think I'm nuts.
Well, then they're nuts. Didn't you send them that picture?
Well, I'm not the world's greatest photographer. Pictures didn't come out. Can't see the skid marks on the blacktop.
Well, that's what happened. I even wiped up the rubber dust with my fingers.
You might have to sign a statement to that effect for me.
You got it. Look, you can even see the bald spots on the tires where they went sideways.
Yeah, that's the spot, all right. But there's another thing that puzzles me.
Yeah, what?
How those tires got off of that car and almost on yours.
Well, look, on this wreck, they'd rot. And on my rod, they could prevent a blowout. Maybe even an accident.
Well, take good care of them in case the owner shows up.
Right.
See you tomorrow.
Right.
He makes one trial run after another when nobody's around to see him fail. She cuts out when he gets up over 100, and he can't figure why. He's too proud to ask for help, although he knows where he can get it.
Let's call it a day. We've covered half the roads in this county.
Yeah. How about that ravine? That runs along here for about 8 miles. We'll start from here and you come from the other end.
All right.
Right. Down around here. Look at that.
What is it, Chase?
Looks like an animal of some sort drug something along here.
You mean a wild animal here?
Sure, could be anything, even a mountain lion. Oh, come on.
Yes, but haven't we gone far enough, Chase?
Ooh, that's bitter. Must have an awful lot of mineral in it.
Come on, let's go.
Oh, wait a minute. Let's take a breather first.
Chase, I don't like this place. Let's go back.
Are you afraid? Now, you come on over here with me and sit in the shade and I'll enjoy it. Let's go. Found something. Come on, let's go.
Pat's car at the bottom of the wash.
Were they in it?
No, nothing.
Drive me back to my car and I'll bring up the record.
It's hard for him to pocket his pride. Besides, he's not at all sure of his welcome. Dave looks friendly enough. He'll chance it. Dave thinks Mel ought to enter the big timing meet. They think Mel could turn 150 miles per hour. He needs new wiring and new plugs. Also, he should put in a third carburetor, install an alcohol system, and run on nitro. They'll be glad to help him. He's joined the fraternity where the car's the thing.
I wonder what that was.
Oh, probably just a little rock slide.
For some reason, this place gives me the creeps. It always has.
Lisa, turn the motor on. The winch is already engaged. Now, if I yell, turn the key off.
Okay.
Okay? Go ahead. Go ahead. Give it some more. Atta girl. Atta girl. Keep it going. Good time. You did fine, honey. A little beat up, but it'll do all right.
Yeah. We'll meet you back at the garage, okay?
Okay, let's go, Jenny.
Car 138C, you're next. That's Mel. His hands tremble as he puts on his crash helmet. The official wishes him luck. 138C, take her out. He's on. The car fishtailed at the takeoff. But his stiff arms are back to the course. Phew, that was close. Hold her steady, Mel.
Where did you find it?
By the reservoir and Williams Wash. They weren't in it. No sign of blood or anything. You know, I think they were thrown clear.
Did you search the area?
Yeah, Gordy went down the ravine for about a mile and... Oh, he looked beyond the wreck for a couple of 100 yards. Wouldn't you say, Gordy? At least that far.
Did you see any footprints?
No, none.
This thing's been around just about the same as that sedan. Like it had been hit with a 10-ton rubber mallet.
It's a pretty rough trip down that cliff, but could have done it.
Yeah? I'll have to go over that area with a rake. I'll get my gear and dust for fingerprints. Gosh, I wish you boys would have called me before you drug it out. I might have found some clues to help us out.
I'm sorry, Sheriff.
The hard part's telling Mr. Wheeler. I sure dread that.
It's not like we found them there.
He's sure gonna raise Ned, because I didn't find this wreck sooner. Where's Mr. Compton?
Oh, he went down to the field with a load of fuel oil. Back in 2 or 3 hours. I'm gonna close up.
I'll see you later.
What is it? What's wrong? What is it? Take it easy. You must have been having a nightmare.
Oh, if it only was a dream. Milk, you can't imagine.
My mother would have a fit.
But it's alive. Talking to me. Taunting me. It hates me.
Must be those pills the doctor gave you. You're just imagining things.
Mr. Compton has been blown up in his truck. Fiery crash, burned to a toast. Anyway, let's go to a break.
We return now to the basement sublet of horror.
It appears that Mr. Compton, as we know from before, is toasting away in a lovely accident out on the freeway. Chance will rush out now to save the day. Back to our film.
Yeah, Sheriff. Well, you should have been back an hour ago. No. Where? That's awful. No, it couldn't be Mr. Compton. All right. But at the garage? All right, I'm leaving now.
Here he comes now, Sheriff.
Come on.
Wait a minute, Sheriff. You got a sore foot.
Oh, no.
We can take my Model A. She's all shiny and bright.
No, we'll take my car. Come on, Harris.
Did you see it?
No, I didn't see it, but I sure heard about it.
Can I open this thing up? Yeah, go ahead. That's Compton's rig. Be careful, it's pretty hot. He's not in it.
He may have been hurt and crawled away. Let's look around. Come on, Harris.
Okay. Compton! Mr. Compton!
Any luck, Chase?
No, nothing.
Pat and Liz might have eloped, but Compton ought to be around here.
Maybe he's in the hospital.
No. I checked there before I left my place. Would Compton have any reason to want to get lost?
No, none that I can think of.
You would have no reason to know about this, but there's been a lot of livestock missing lately. One here, one there. That doesn't make headlines, but now it's people.
You think there's a tie-up?
I don't know. What we need is a criminal investigator, and headquarters won't send one down here.
Well, maybe they will now.
Yeah, maybe. Did you notice those skid marks? Just like the others, straight across the road. If it had been hit by another vehicle, the paint would be knocked off. What batters a car around like it was a toy?
He can see the reason for the safety belt now. Sweat's running down the back of his neck, and his helmet weighs about a ton. This is no smooth concrete strip he's traveling. The dry lake bed is full of ruts and bumps.
How's the barn coming along for the party?
All right. I'll be done in about an hour or so. Say, you and Chase sure got off light. You took off this morning. You just been sitting around here on your can all day long. That barn was a place to clean.
You get the hi-fi set up?
Yeah.
Well, you steamboats and dreamboats,
That's
let's put
Steamroller
sturdy
Smith.
on another session
Keep
of
'em
the old
low.
steamroller here at KILT. If any of you round rocks get lonesome for my voice, I'll be emceeing a platter party tonight out at Hargitay's Barn on Route 43. Drop in. I'll flatten you.
Hey, man, that's us. We got the steamroller coming out.
That's where Chase has been all day, getting steamrolled.
This'll be a blast.
How about that guy?
Say, little man, you sure had a busy day. Getting that paint job and Steamroller Smith.
Now, how'd you guys find out about Steamroller Smith?
Well, he just said so on his program. Said it right out over the network.
Well, I wanted it to be a surprise. Well, come on, don't spread it around, huh? How are the preparations coming?
Oh, that'll be finished about 45 minutes. The gang won't start arriving from east until 9:30.
We're under the wire with time to spare.
No sweat.
But he's in control now and beginning to enjoy the thrill of the run. He begins to drop off. Now he's in high and praying he'll get past 6,000 revolutions per minute going through the traps.
Come on, Cassie Bell. Let's go.
He's in the trap now at 6,500. The best he can do. He's out. His time? Car 138C turned at 151.06 miles per hour. The time is official. What a welcome awaits him back at the pits. Trophies now instead of traffic tickets. He'll never speed on the highway again.
That's the same story the man down here told me. Something real strange must have happened down there. Oh, yeah. He'll be handy if you want him. Right. Sit down, Harris. Harris, tell me again about the train wreck.
Well, I was driving along quite like it.
The wreck.
Then I turned around and come back down here and told you about it.
Give me your keys, Harris.
My baby, she rocks and rolls and rocks whenever she talks. My baby's a rock and roll. Hey, you gonna leave home?
I'm going to spend the night with the Blackwells. Mommy said it was all right. Will you take me over?
Well, I don't know, Missy. Gosh, that's 2 or 3 miles out of my way. And... Oh, sure, we will.
Chase, what in the world have you done to that car of yours?
It's a new fuel mixture. You like it?
I just barely touched the gas pedal and the back wheel started to spin. Why, I was 2 blocks down the road before I even knew I'd left home.
Come on, Mom. I'm just trying to make a hot rodder out of you. I'll get it. Hello. Yeah, hello, Sheriff. The what? Book on reptiles? Yeah, I guess I still have it around here somewhere. Yeah, sure. I have to take Missy over by the Blackwells. I'll stop by on my way to pick up Lisa. Okay?
Well, now I'm going to tell you something you don't know. I've been talking to a zoologist. And the Gila Monster's size is controlled, like everything else, by a sort of a thyroid or pituitary gland. Sometimes a change in diet can throw the balance all out of whack. Either the cells break down too fast or build up too slow. And this upset makes either runts or giants out of them.
Good, but what's that mean to me?
Well, I'm coming to that. Did you see any footprints around any of those wrecks?
No. Gila Monster footprints?
Yeah, a big one. About the size of a bus.
Oh, come on. Are you serious?
Well, I don't know. But Harris saw it, and some of the survivors of the train wreck saw it. A giant lizard.
Train wreck? Where?
At the bridge over Wilson's Wash.
When?
Tonight, about an hour ago. The troopers were inclined to pass it off as shock or optical illusion. And you can't always believe what Harris said.
A Gila Monster. Pink and black stripes. You know, I towed a guy in the other day, and he said he'd been forced off the road by something like that. I didn't believe him because he'd been drinking. And another thing, when we were looking for Pat's car, we saw where something had been drugged down the wash. You know, if they could have gotten that big, they could have knocked Mr. Compton's truck off that road. Could have gotten him.
I shouldn't have told you about this until after the party, but I just thought you'd want to know.
Hadn't we better warn everybody?
No. It operates in and around the wash. Troopers have got that staked out for a couple of miles. Just keep it to yourself. It might cause panic.
Okay, Sheriff, whatever you say.
Try and forget it for now and have some fun, will you, boy?
Gunther Dedmund here, and while you were all watching tonight's cinematic masterpiece, The Giant Gila Monster, I went out to our local filling station and picked up a package of the Giant Gila Monster Jerky. Ooh, it looks good, doesn't it? And I've got some on the plate here, and I'm going to offer some to you. I don't want to be rude, do I? Oh, there it is. So anyway, I'm going to try it now. Oh, it's wonderful. Well, I'll put that away. I'll save that for you later. And now, back to the basement sublet of horror. You know that in a horror film, whenever there's a party in a barn or, say, a gathering of teenagers, it's important that they should all pack together in a small space. Why, you ask? Well, we'll find out. Back to our movie.
Now, I got a surprise for you. We got the king of the DJs. Now, you've all heard him on his platter show on KILT. That's right.
Okay, your old dad here has some small words and some great records. I want you to have a ball tonight. Let's begin with one of the top kilt survey songs. What do you say now? Let's everybody dance. Here we go.
Now, do you mind telling me what this is all about?
Have you been down to the train wreck?
No.
Have you heard the reports about a giant lizard? Do you believe them?
I don't know, Mr. Wheeler. Doesn't seem possible.
Well, why not? There have been giants before.
That's true. But how could anything that big go unnoticed in this area?
Have you ever walked the length of Williams Wash?
No.
And I say it is possible for a giant lizard to have lived there for years without being seen. Now, come on here. I want to show you something else. Now, something may have hit this car, but it didn't take the tires off. And where did those new white sidewalls on Chase Winston's hot rod come from? That's thievery, destroying evidence and obstructing justice. Now, your last official act of office will be to arrest that boy and bring him in. And I'll go along to make sure that it's done.
Children laugh, the Lord said laugh. Children laugh, the Lord said laugh. Children laugh.
What'll it take to stop that thing? I don't know, but I'm going down to the train wreck and get some troopers. If we pump enough lead into that thing, we may hit a vulnerable spot. Wheeler, you're going to have to give me a hand. But how? Keep these kids here. I don't want anybody roaming around.
Where are we going?
Storage shed. I've got an idea that might work.
You've been after this, now you've got it. You're deputized. Listen, kids, Wheeler's my deputy. You'll take your orders from him. Arrest anybody that tries to get away.
Sheriff says this is a place to stay.
Well, we're not staying here.
That's right. I'll have to arrest anyone that leaves.
No, we're leaving.
take these keys and wait inside the office till I get back. I told you to wait inside. Why don't you do what I tell you? I haven't got much time.
You're not going to leave me, Chase. I'm going to help.
You know what's in here? Nitroglycerin, enough to blow up half this town.
It doesn't matter. I'm still going to help.
All right. Now take these, hold them, and don't let them bump. And for heaven's sakes, don't drop them. Now hold those. Boy, he went through here all right. Now, they generally travel in a straight line. Good Lord, he's hit the Blackwell home. That's where Missy is. Mrs. Blackwell! Missy! Hang on to that nitro. We're cutting across. Still, do you want to blow us up? There they are!
There is Missy!
Missy! It's all right, Missy. It's all right.
She didn't have anything in that pretty head of hers but buckwheat batter.
Lisa, get Missy and hold her down. And both of you lie flat.
Put the barbecued meat on a tender bun, and you've got some eatin' that's world-beatin'.
Are you all right?
I was scared, Chase.
That's okay, honey.
I tore my new dress.
Oh, we can get you a new dress.
100 dresses.
Everybody all right?
Yeah.
On the way back, we picked up his trail, followed him across country.
Add barbecue fixins that are tangy and tasty, made from finest ingredients, blended the old-fashioned way.
What did you hit him with?
My brand new 100% completed hot rod.
You'd have had to start in the next county to get up enough momentum to do that to him.
Not with 4 quarts of nitroglycerin riding with you.
You rode across that rough field carrying nitro?
Yes, sir.
Do you know what could have happened to you?
It did. I lost my car.
Oh, don't worry about that. Railroad will be glad to buy you a new one. I thought I told you to keep those kids up at the barn.
Well, how do you arrest a bunch of kids going in all different directions?
Do you realize what would have happened if that thing had turned back?
Same thing that happened to Pat. Sheriff, your job is a much bigger one than I thought. Since Compton's gone, I guess Chase is out of a job.
That's right.
Would you make it a point to have the boy come around and see me in the morning?
I'll bring him around in the morning.
of today are the men of tomorrow.
And so as the giant Gila monster burns away, so ends another film, my friends. So tune in next week for another awful film on the basement sublet of horror. Good night, my friends.